Good morning, YouTube. My name is Aaron. I was wanting to talk to something. I'm a business owner. Been a business owner for, oh my gosh, 99. It's almost 25 years now. And this last couple of weeks, I've had to make some tough decisions. We lost a major contract, just because we were underbid. And so, usually during this time, especially if it's something that we kind of relied on, we're kind of making up for business and so on and so forth, where we got a couple of calls last couple of weeks, which they first appeared to be really good clients, revenue, and things of that nature. But at the end, not so much. And today I want to talk about something that I've had to do throughout my career as a business owner that has managed to help me stay in business. And that's the unfortunate thing of firing clients. And so it's tough, because we always want to have clients and not so much nowadays, but when I was growing up, the saying was always customers are right, right all the time. It didn't matter what their, requests were, so on and so forth. Okay, if it's a customer, then, whatever, you do what they say. But the customer is right, but the customer just not be right for you. So they could be right all they want to be. I'm just going to go into the clients, and so I'm not going to really get into the names. But the first client, he would email, and so the email was, hey, want to do business, and went out there. We took an estimate, and he agreed, and it was a good amount of money, decent amount. And so, he wanted us to come. Then, he would email and say, hey, can you come this Friday? No, I can't come this Friday. Guys, all worked up. Can't come Friday. No, I can't come. It was like 2 or 3 months later, I couldn't come out there, you know, and, he's worked up. Hey, man, I mean, we're busy. And so then finally, months later, I didn't hear back from him. He didn't set an appointment or anything. And so then he contacts me around the time that I told him that I'll be free. And then he's like, well, want to do business again. I'm like, okay, sure, yeah, give me a date. And what he continued to do was give me maybes. And see what happens if you're dealing with customers that give you maybes. Hey, maybe we can get together this Friday. Yeah, sure. You want to set a date? Well, let me look on this. You can't do business with maybes. You can't do business with a person like that. Here's, because what eventually happens is a maybe ends up being a no. Or, hey, worst case, best case scenario, I guess the maybe ends up being yes. But meanwhile, you're holding a slot for a person that might not do it, might not do business with you. And, that's dependent on too much luck. There's a saying, it's a saying, but a bird in the hand is worth two in a bush. And so for you to hold a slot for somebody that says maybe this, maybe that, and then finally, of course, it didn't work out for him. And so, no, we can't do it this week. And so then he emails me. So we set it up for another week. And then he's like, couldn't do it. And so then he finally contacts me. I think it was a Thursday. And he's like, well, okay, we're ready to do business this tomorrow. Dude, I can't do it. I got other stuff going on. You know, knock on wood, my business is good enough where I just can't jump like that, especially on a big job. So again, the guys worked up, and finally, I just we no longer communicate because again, uh, this guy is maybe I don't know 5% of my business, but he's taking up too much of my time. Whereas my other customers, I don't have to really contact at all. We just go out there and we take it up, recurring services. You know what I mean? And so when you know, so you can't have people that's taking up a lot of your time like that. And this leads me to the next one where this one was the same thing. Unfortunately, this one was out of town, so it was 2 hours, and so what we did for about 4 times, we scheduled with this gentleman, and he was a part of another huge clump of jobs, a business, a corporation. And so, we first, it was cool, we set an appointment with the guy, and we said, okay, well, we're going to be in the area at such and such time, let's get you scheduled. That okay, sure. And then day of, the guy calls, can't do it. All right, cool. Things happen. Please trust me. Even with me, I don't, emergencies happen. Second time he does it, we're in the area again. And, he does the same thing, cancels day of, or I think might have been a day before, I don't know. And so 2 times. And so now I'm getting kind of pissed, you know what I mean? Because he's taking up slots. And then the third time, because I'm back in the area this time, this is perfect. I'm like, damn, okay, well, I wasn't gonna mess with him, but I was like, man, you know what? Jeez, we're probably 10 minutes away from this guy. It's gonna save me 2 hours, hour and a half drive, whatever it is. You figure you drive 2 hours, so actually it's not going to even save me. It's going to save me basically 4 hours. So I say, hey, we're going to be there. I'm probably like 10 minutes away. Okay, cool. Day of again. This man calls me up and says he can't do it. So finally, I'm like, no, we're done here. Again, this guy, is maybe a 1% of my business, if that much. No, not less than 1%. But this man is taking up, a lot of my time. He's changing up my schedules. He's doing all this kind of stuff. And more importantly, what you got to understand is that people like these is it's opportunity cost. That's what I call it. I don't know if I real word. It seems like something I learned in college. But anyway, what happens is if you fill in a customer like these people that are probably, and I used to do that all the time, be honest, when I first started, and I had to learn the hard way that you can fill up your whole schedule with these people. And they're, yeah, 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 yeah. And then at the end of and then when it's time, you have nothing because all of them cancel and they always reschedule, and it makes you feel good. But you end up looking at your calendar and say somebody that's serious and says, hey, listen, Aaron, I want to do business with you, and you can't do it on that day. And that might be the only day that they can do it. And you cancel somebody else. And so not only do you not get the business from these people that keep canceling with you, but you lose business. That way, that hurts. And so these are the people that you need to let go. And then another one is just the person that always wants you to come out every second for the smallest detail, smallest thing. And trust me, listen, I understand customer. We want a customer to always be happy. But some customers, after a while, you realize just won't ever be happy. always, and the crazy part about it is they're usually like tiny customers. They just small. Once they give you $1, holy cow, they think you're supposed to treat them like a king. And I try to treat my customers fairly, and not just because of their small, smaller accounts. I try to keep, but honestly, you have to, you know, you have to treat your bigger customers a little bit better because they're making you more money, and they're bigger, and so of course they're going to be more time consuming. But unfortunately, a lot of times these little guys just take up as much time. And what I've learned is that you get those little guys, which is cool, but you take it to a point. If you constantly find that you're having to call them up, you constantly have find out that you got to go over there, and you realize, you know what, they're taking more time than my big customers. They're putting going on the schedule, and they're costing me money by having them. Those are customers that you have to get rid of. You have to, in order to succeed. You can't just have these customers that are using up your energy, your time, your resources, while you need to be searching for, bigger and better things. And again, I'm a small business, so I respect small businesses, but us small local businesses have to respect the fact that we are small, and that we shouldn't be pains in the asses to customers. Unless we have to and they're not doing their job. But just being a pain in the ass is just not the way to go. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for any aspiring entrepreneurs or any entrepreneurs that seem to have this type of issues going on. And it's scary, yes, because you're a small business and every dollar counts, especially in this post, what is it, whatever they want to call it, even though it seems like COVID's still going on. But during this time, but anytime, you don't want customers that are going to affect your bottom line, affect your take away a lot of your time, uneven time, I should say, for the amount of money and energy. Well, good luck. Have a great day.